Hello, hello. I wonder if we're live. Let me know if we are. Let me know if we are. I hope we are. It looks like we are. Looks like there's 23 people in the chat. Yes, Comfey. Wow, it feels like you're always the one confirming that we're live. Wonderful. Thanks for confirming. So I'm here in front, or not really in front, but next to Shinjuku Station. You can see Shinjuku Station main building over there. There used to be a big building here, but that's gone now because they're redeveloping the entire area. And today I will, of course, continue my walk along the Chuo line from Tokyo Station to Takao. I did the first episode 2 days ago, walked from Tokyo Station to Shinjuku, about 10 kilometers. Hoping to walk another 10 or so kilometers today. The entire line from Tokyo to Takao is about 50 kilometers. So let's see if we can make it in 5 episodes. So yeah, let's go. I will start here in Shinjuku and start by heading a little bit to the north before the entire train line makes a turn to the west and goes in pretty much a straight westerly line for quite a long time. So I'm hoping today that maybe I will make it to Koenji or maybe even Asagaya. That would be nice. We shall see. Someone asked about the weather. The weather today is, as you can see, pretty cloudy, but it's warm. It's 24 degrees now. It will go up to 27 a little bit later today, but it feels pretty nice. It's a bit humid, but not too humid. Pretty nice walking weather, although things might look a little bit flat and boring with this overcast light, but at least I don't need to worry too much about the sun. Although you shouldn't underestimate the power of UV rays through clouds, but hopefully I'll be fine. So yeah, I'm excited. It feels so good to be doing this again, the train line walks. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I haven't really had time until now. But I'm really enjoying these, and seems like you guys are enjoying them as well. Pretty good number of views on the first episode at least, so let's hope that will keep up. So yeah, here you can see the bridge with the train tracks. That's where the Chuo line passes on its way to... So actually next stop on the Chuo line is Nakano. There are 2 stops on the way, but the Chuo line trains doesn't make a stop there. Only the Sobu line trains stop at Ogikubo and... No, not Ogikubo, sorry. Okubo. Okubo and Higashi Nakano. Over there, of course, we have the Kabukicho Entertainment District. There's at least a Sobu line train, which basically goes the same direction as the Chuo line. Of course, over here we have the Atari or PlayStation building, depending on when you were born. It evokes different kind of associations. I'm in the Atari generation, of course. So a little map check here. We will walk this way you can see these are the Yamanote line train tracks that goes this way, and then the Chuo line and Sobu line tracks goes this way. So we will follow these train tracks on our way to the northeast. Marcella, I'm glad you enjoy them, even though I may not be the best thing for your productivity. Sorry about that. Hello Asante, good to see you here. Of course, completed, is it 2 years ago now? 3? One of the newer additions to the Shinjuku skyline. It's very humid in Tokyo today, yeah. It's a bit humid, but I don't feel it's too bad. Let's check the humidity. It's 72%, 74%. It's easy to forget, but there are actually quite a lot of apartments just a few minutes from Shinjuku station, which is kind of fascinating to me. I was once upon a time living in Shinjuku, but I was quite far from Shinjuku station. That was like a 15-minute walk this way. Closer to Shinjuku Gochome station on the Uedo line. That was when I was a language student, and back then I really enjoyed living in such a central area, but not sure if I would like to live here now though. Interesting. Seafood restaurant in a building that looks like it's inspired by a Roman castle or something. So again, just a little map check. This is the Chuo line. We already completed this part, and after this turn here, then it goes in a pretty straight line to the west until it reaches Takao, where it starts to make some turns again. How much noise from the street did you hear when you lived in such a central area? Well, when I was living there, I was actually living kind of... Oh, there's a Chuo line train heading towards Shinjuku, but still. I was living a few blocks away from the big road, so it was very quiet. Actually, the place where I currently live is probably the noisiest place I've lived so far, just because we're on a pretty high floor, and that means that there is nothing between us and all the noise from the train tracks and the roads, even though neither of those are super close to the building itself, but just because we're high up, it makes it pretty noisy. However, when we close the windows, it's really, really quiet. It's very soundproof, but yeah, it kind of sucks to, you know, if you open the balcony door because you want some fresh air, then you have to crank up the volume on the TV considerably just to be able to hear it. Oh, thank you, Brad Ward. Take more stills photos. We're missing the shutter click ASMR. I do, of course, have my Rico with me today, so there will be some photos. And I forgot to tell you, but because it's a Chuo line walk day today, it means it's also pink shirts today. Thank you so much, Brad. We're getting close to Okubo station. Okubo is, of course, mostly known for being the Koreatown in Tokyo, and it also has a reputation for being... Oh yeah, so here's the south entrance to Okubo station. It's also considered to be a somewhat rough area. I have some objections against that, but yeah, it's definitely... It feels a bit different than many other neighborhoods because it's quite a multicultural part of Tokyo, which I think is quite interesting. Yeah, living on a high floor is... I mean, we got our place because we really loved the view, being able to see Mount Fuji and, you know, basically see all the mountains at the edge of the Kanto plain from the balcony. That's pretty wonderful. I love that view, but it also has quite a lot of downsides. And I think if we were to move, I don't think we would choose to live as high up again. Thank you, Ryan, for the encouraging words. I found the side streets here quite interesting. So here's Okubo Station again. Not to be confused with Shin Okubo Station, which is a few hundred meters down this way on this street over there. But yeah, Okubo Station is, let's cross here. Some interesting murals here. Looks like some samurai fighting with Western military or something. Hello, Luke. Welcome. I don't know if you saw it, but since you're here, I'll do another pink shorts reveal. Any thoughts about doing a time-lapse photo series from the hotel in Futaku Tamagawa? No, don't have any thoughts about doing that. I am not really I never shot time-lapses, and yeah, I'll leave that to someone else. Back-to-back pink shorts. It's dreaming. Well, I mean, it's pink shorts season now, so you can expect to see those a lot in the coming weeks and maybe months. I just saw a Chuo line train on the bridge in the back. Good to see that we're already over 100 people. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Hope you will enjoy this second episode of the Chuo Line series. 2025 edition. Asante, thanks for joining. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Very nice of you. I've been to Japan more than 10 times and plan to visit Tokyo again on the winter next year. Thank you for all you do, and it makes me miss Japan more. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my channel and my videos. It's getting real hot here. Where's here, Luke? Like there's a street crossing over there. Good. And yeah, here's the train track. So now they just made that turn and we will start heading to the west. Wild west of Tokyo. South Carolina. I see. Don't really know where the Carolinas are on a US map either, but I'm sure some of my viewers. Hey TE, would you want to become a Japanese citizen? No, I would not. I'm pretty happy being a Swedish citizen. I have no plans to change my citizenship. Basically, I don't see any. Well, the only benefit I would see to changing my citizenship would be to get voting rights and being able to have a say in how this country, which is de facto my home, is being governed. But that's it. Other than that, I don't see any reason. Basically between Florida and Virginia. Okay, Florida I know. Virginia I have no idea, but if it's close to Florida I can kind of guess. Are we able to walk here? I think we are. That's the train tracks down there. Yeah, and also I regarding the citizenship question, I think it's a pretty nice thing to be a EU citizen, knowing that all of Europe is open to me. Should I ever want to move anywhere else? By changing my citizenship, then that door would close. Kind of facility this is. It smells quite a lot of garbage. I wonder if it's like some sort of no, it's not. It's some sort of looks like some sort of logistics park. Maybe it was just some smelly truck next to me. So as you can see, we're next to the Chuo line train tracks, as we should. This part of this walk is kind of boring. It gets way more interesting after reaching Nakano, but this part between Okubo and Nakano is, yeah, not my favorite part of this long walk. Does it get very humid in Tokyo? It does. It basically has maxed out humidity for most of the summer, so that's what makes it. Oh, but yeah, here it is actually some sort of recycling facility. I wasn't entirely wrong after all. Yeah, so in the summer it's like maxed out humidity, and that's why I can't stand being here. July and August are really bad. Half of September is pretty nasty as well, actually, but yeah. Yeah, like Singapore, or I think it's even worse. Actually, some of my Singaporean friends, they tell me that some summer in Tokyo is worse than in Singapore. I don't know. I don't think the temperatures get as high in Singapore. Not sure. Even though it's like almost at the equator. But yeah, it's really bad here, and it's just getting worse every year. That's honestly one of the reasons why I can't see myself getting old here in Tokyo, because I think for a huge portion of the year life would be pretty miserable. Oh, that's a nice little entrance with lots of plants and flowers. My daughter would love this. Hearing a lot of news about the declining birth rate in Japan. Is it a big issue there? Yeah. They talk a lot about it here too, and there are various reforms being made hoping to change that negative trend. So, for example, now childcare is free between the ages 3 to 5. That's relatively new, and I think they just made public high schools entirely free as well, which as a parent is of course good news, but I think the actual problem is, well, it's partially down to economics, but I think the bigger issue is actually the work culture here, and that it's too difficult for people, especially women, to combine a career and to have a family. And the government has tried to do things to improve that as well, but in the end it's mostly up to the corporations, and they are seems pretty unwilling to change. Oh, looks like we have a nice little park down here. Ohayou gozaimasu. Live in Arizona where humidity is low. Yesterday I was dripping in sweat while walking Harajuku. Yeah, yesterday was really humid. Yesterday was crazy humid. I feel it's not as bad today, but yeah, humid season is definitely around the corner. Wow, look at how lush this entire park is. It's quite nice. Pretty nice playground. I mean, all the greenery here makes me feel that this is not particularly sad. I would say, yeah, I don't find this park sad. For being like an urban city park in central Tokyo, it's not sad. Sadness level 1 out of 5. All the greenery definitely makes up for it. And there's no major road next to it either, so that's nice. I thought public high schools are already free. No, I don't think so. I think public schools are generally cheaper than private schools, but I don't think they've been free. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm honestly not so well educated on that matter. But I think one of the reasons why Tokyo University, for example, is so popular is because not only because their education is supposed to be really good, but also because it's a public school, so it's relatively cheap to study there. Luke says 4 out of 10. Yeah, I think so. I mean, compared to a Swedish playground or yeah, then definitely it's more sad. But after all, this is in the relative center of Tokyo. And look at those cones. How cute. Which, you know, for what it is, I didn't find it very sad. So here's Kanda River, which is one of those long rivers that flows through into central Tokyo. I think part of the walk I did in the previous episode was also actually along this river. I wonder if these are cherry blossom trees. Almost looks like Meguro River. I think we're getting close to Higashi Nakano station. Yeah, this building is called Park Tower Higashi Nakano. That's a nice mannequin. Number of viewers is steadily climbing upwards. We just passed 30 minutes and we're at almost 150 viewers now. Thank you, everybody. That's right, Higashi means east. Three tall tower mansions. $850 more to face reveal. That's right. That's right. The promise still stands. Give me 1,000 viewers at the same time and I will show my face. Over there. I'm kind of confused. I think I should actually cross here. This looks like it's called mök, which is Swedish slang for a very smelly fart. Oh, Tyra, you used to teach English around here. That's interesting. Let's see. I think the station is down that way. I will do a little bit of a zigzag walk here. I want to spend time outside. Would you suggest Ueno Park or the Imperial Gardens today? Help me decide. They're both nice. I think Imperial Palace is not the nicest park. It's the northern part of the Imperial Palace. There's a place called Kitanomaru Koen, which is quite nice, but relatively small. Yeah, I don't know. It really depends on if you've been before. But are nice options though. Yeah, Imperial Palace is a bit boring. I kind of agree. Kind of like the castle in Stockholm is also like quite a boring tourist destination in my opinion. Yeah, now I'm starting to feel this humidity is actually, yeah. It's a taste of the horrible things to come. There are not many museums to take refuge when it gets too hot outside. Yeah, there's a lot to do in the Ueno area besides the park, which I don't really feel is the case with the Imperial Palace area. Of course, it depends on which side you are, but yeah, the gardens are a little bit far from everything else. Okay, Luke, thanks for stopping by and saying hi and complimenting me for my pink shorts. Oh yeah, that's right. Hibiya Park is nice. Hibiya Park is nice. And that area is more enjoyable in my opinion, around Yurakucho, and yeah, Ginza is also very close. So Higashi Nakano station is just a few blocks down this way. But since it's not an actual stop for the Chuo line, I won't bother passing right next to it. Actually, speaking of stops on the Chuo line, I don't think Koenji is a Chuo line stop either. Or is it? Not sure. Yesterday I had a pretty tiring job. I was shooting, it's actually a big defense fair going on in Japan right now, just outside of Tokyo, in Chiba, at Makuhari Messe. So I was there. I was hired by one of the nations exhibiting. I was hired to document their booth and all the things going on there, which was my first time to visit an event like that, and it was really, really weird. I felt quite uncomfortable actually, especially considering all the things going on in the world right now. Seeing, like, I don't know, booths where missiles and military drones and stuff were exhibited. It was it was strange. Koenji is on the Chuo line. Oh, really, is it? I mean, I know that the trains pass there, but I wasn't really sure if it's an actual stop on the line itself, or if it's one of those where just the Sober line stops. But thanks for looking into it. There's a cute little shoten guy. Looks very, very local. Ah, yes. Shinjuku, Nakano, Koenji, Asagaya. So Shinjuku was at the 10-kilometer mark from the beginning. So yeah, I think Koenji Asagaya would be a good goal for today. Maybe if I really manage, I can do another 10 kilometers, which would take us to Nishiyogikubo. But actually a little bit tired today, so I won't push myself too hard. I was yeah, standing pretty much all day yesterday, and on top of that, I didn't sleep too well last night. Does it ever get breezy during summer? Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of breeze now, which makes it a bit more bearable. But the thing is, like on those really hot days, the breeze feels more like someone's just blowing. What happened? My gimbal refuses to move all of a sudden. Oh. I do not know why this has happened. Okay, now it's moving again. So yeah, I just mentioned that we'll see how far we make it today. Oh, okay. I think I just walked, kind of made a U-turn. So now we are at Higashi Nakano station after all. Chuo line train, yay! That's a pretty long gap between Shinjuku and Nakano stations. It's more than 4 kilometers. Probably one of the longer gaps on the Chuo line, at least in the part that's still in the relative center of Tokyo. Any thoughts on the Chuo line green cars? No, so when I did the last walk, let's see what does this say? Showa Kumin Katsuro Center, Higashi Nakano Station. Sakurayama Park. Yeah, when I did the last walk 2 days ago, I was very surprised to see that there were actually green cars on the Chuo line, and I didn't know they used to have those. Is it? I think it's new. Or do you know, Bakaporu? Yeah, the double-decker car. Those also had this clover logo, which means that they're green cars, which is essentially slightly higher class. Saw them for the first time last month. Oh yeah, so it is new. Okay. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. I think it's great that they have them. I would like, next time I'm traveling to Takao, I would gladly pay a little bit more extra to have like a reserved, comfortable seat. Ah, そっか、中野区役所はこの辺あるの？そうか、知らなかった。まあ、中野に住んでた時、多分7、8年前、その時区役所はなんかあっちの大きい黒い建物の近いところにあったけど、今移動したんかな。Yeah, I've rode those double-decker cars on a few other train lines, like the Tokaido line. Toka. Oh, and here's the. What's this up? Maybe from Matsumoto. Not sure. So yeah, that's Nakano. Those high rises you see over there. That's close to Nakano Station. So we still have a bit of a walk to get there. Nakano-san Plaza の裏です。ああ、昔もあの辺だったけど。Sun Plaza. That building is being torn down. I wonder if they already started. It's one of the more iconic buildings in Nakano. A hotel and I believe also a live venue. Ah, thank you, Taira, for explaining about the green cars on the Chuo line. Yeah, Rockaway Siren. I'm not sure if Sun Plaza is still around or not. I don't think I've been to Nakano recently. Lots of construction going on here. This is one of the things that I like about the Nakano area. Actually, a big part of the whole Chuo line. You have these very cozy residential neighborhoods with mostly low-rise buildings. When you ride a double-decker car, you free yourself from the sardines in the with the peasants in the regular cars. Yeah, that's kind of what you do. And yeah, I would definitely be happy to pay a little bit more for that, because the Chuo line can get pretty squishy during rush hour. Thank you, James. Yes, drink break is definitely coming up as soon as we get a little bit closer to Nakano. I think I will sit down somewhere. It's pretty warm. Yeah, it's not super easy, this green car ticketing system, and I feel like all the different train companies have slightly different ways of selling those kind of like special tickets. Yeah, sometimes for the express trains as well. It's a little bit confusing to figure out what you need to get. Especially if it's a train line that I'm not familiar with. We are getting relatively close to Nakano Station. Maybe I should do a green car ride back from Takao when I'm done with this walk. Take the green car all the way back to Tokyo Station and make a little video from that train ride. Actually, I have a Chuo line video, a 4K video that I recorded many years ago. And that video right now is getting a surprisingly large number of views, which is a bit surprising. That's the mystery of YouTube. Sometimes old videos can blow up like that, which is quite exciting. We walked 7,300 steps, 6 kilometers so far. This part is also not terribly interesting. Let's see if we can go down one street. Hello, Carlos. like maybe we can make a turn here. Yes. Nice. Now I'm starting to get a bit of nostalgic vibes. This feels very similar to the place where I used to live when I was living in Nakano, which is really not far from my current location. Not helicopter, but small airplane. Maybe going to Chuo airfield, who knows? I did see the tip of some plaza sticking up. So the building is still here. Oh, big butterfly. Visit your former home. Not sure if I want to show it. I actually still have some friends living in that house, so I don't want to reveal exactly where it was, but yeah. Good morning, old school. No, that's the Nakano-san Plaza. It's still standing here. It's still around. And we are just hitting the 1 hour mark. 1 hour of walking, and so far we haven't reached a single station on the Chuo line. Wow, this building looks quite old. At least the metal parts up there. Kind of interesting architecture. Walking these kind of narrow streets is always a little bit, I don't know, like you never know, you can bump into a dead end any second. For a moment I thought it was a dead end here, but not yet. But okay, no dead end. Okay, finally we reached the Shotengai area, or the entertainment district maybe I should say, of Nakano. This area is great, and of course here we also have one of the best camera shops in Tokyo, Fujiya Camera, down there. So let's walk down here and just check in at the station. Here's Fujiya Camera. Second floor here for Nikon products, which is where I used to go very often. Would love to make a stop there now, but don't feel comfortable walking inside while streaming. Oh, I think this 7-Eleven here is new. Yeah, this area is very much like a maze. You could definitely get lost around here quite easily. There are so many narrow side streets everywhere, including this little alley, which I'm very fond of, with the small bars here. And also here on the right we have a very nice little standing udon and soba. Maybe just udon. Yeah. This place, quite iconic. And of course, here's Nakano Station. Yay! And Nakano Sun Mall, which is this long shopping street leading up to Nakano Broadway a little bit further down. Oh, it's a good few degrees cooler in here. It's actually quite nice. I guess it's all the aircon air from the shops blowing out and being locked in thanks to the roof. Very nice. Yeah, Nakano is great. I really enjoyed living here. Just walk a little bit up. If we go out here, I believe we can get a close-up look at Sun Plaza. Yeah, Mandrake is a big otaku shop in Nakano Broadway. It's a chain actually. They have shops in Akihabara and a few other areas as well. So Nakano-san Plaza, they put up this white board in front of the entrance now, which might be a sign that they're gonna demolish it soon. Actually, that bluish building over there is quite new. I was not here when I lived in Nakano. I think the tower behind it was here. Historical place. Snapping some photos. Potential thumbnail. Who knows? So just a little bit further down and we have the Nakano Chuo. Let's grab a drink and sit down there. Maybe I should even grab lunch. Oh, this is the old Kyakusho. Yeah, it's being torn down now. I think this was the Kyakusho. Yeah, this used to be the Kyakusho. My place was 3 minutes this way. So I used to pass here so often. Oh, they're building some new UR apartments. UR is kind of like the public housing. That's nice. Public housing in Japan doesn't equal cheap though. Like some of the UR apartments, I mean, I guess they're a tiny bit cheaper than privately owned apartments maybe, but some of the nicer ones can be quite expensive still. Hey Yari, thanks for stopping by. Thank you, thank you. Central Park. Looks like today we're having that kind of pretty... Oh no, it's not too bad. Okay, we've been walking for 1 hour and 10 minutes and battery's down to 60% now. So I guess that's kind of on par with last time. 2.5 hours. This pancake cafe. Actually, so when I met my wife, I was still living in Nakano. And I remember a few times when we just started dating, we went there to the pancake cafe. It was a nice breakfast spot. Anyway, let's get something to drink. Do they have my favorite, Dakara? Yes, they do. Too easy to do this with only one hand. So that's how you buy a drink at the convenience store these days. The shops won't be staffed anymore, and the convenience chains can make even bigger profits, and at the same time unemployment will increase. Wonderful. We're living at the best of times. It's Good Morning Cafe. So yeah, I might actually go for a lunch. I'm getting really hungry. Do you mind if I do a little lunch break? Let's see what the food trucks have to offer. rice. Avocado taco rice. Avocado spam don. That looked good. What's this? Rare beef, roast beef. Spicy jack chicken rice. That sounds good. Bulgogi. Whatにしようかな? Thai food. Katsudon looks good too. I think I'll go for the avocado taco rice. Thank you, Nick, for lunch contribution. Thank you so much. Avocado taco rice お願いします。はい。タバスコはおかけしますか？あ、はい、お願いします。はい、1150円になります。はい、ペイペイで。はい、お願いします。はい。はい。ありがとうございます。ちょっとお待ちください。はい。So let's grab a seat in the shade and enjoy some taco rice. どこがいいかな? There are tables here. Perfect. Putting your bottle on the table means this is my seat. Someone just did that with an umbrella over there. Hi, ありがとうございます。Yes. Let's 食べます。I'm so glad this new gimbal of mine has a built-in tripod. $182 viewers. Let's see how many will last through my lunch break here in Nakano Chuo Koen. First, I need to drink a little bit. That's good. Is Mexican food generally good now in Tokyo? I don't know. I'm not really too familiar. I'm not one of those people who is very enthusiastic about Mexican food. I'm not sure, would taco rice qualify as Mexican food? I mean, it's Mexican inspired, but to me it's a very, I don't know. Is it a thing outside Japan, taco rice? Let's see if I can open it. Yes. Here's my lunch today. Question is, where should I aim my camera while I'm eating? I don't think looking at my food is gonna be very attractive. Maybe you wanna enjoy a little bit of construction work as ASMR? How about that? Itadakimasu. Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, thank you, Nigpos, for encouraging people to press the like button. Yeah, if you haven't already, please do. It's a very easy way to show your support. It's good. 照明新しい区役所です。あ、そうですか。これですか？あれですか？あれか。そっか。そっかそっか。This taco rice actually had a bit of tortilla as well. But it's good that I do a lunch break now. Then I have an energy to do another hour of walking. I was getting a bit tired. Especially since a pretty big part of this walk so far today has been quite boring. It's not my favorite section of the Chuo line. But from here on, it's mostly really enjoyable. Where will your work in Osaka be published? It's already been published. Guess I can tell you. It's on there's a government entity called Business Sweden, which is, as the name implies, their work is to promote other countries to make business with Sweden. So it's on their social media, so on their LinkedIn and I believe also Instagram. We did a series of interviews. I'm not sure if all of them have been published yet. We did like 15, but some of them have for sure. I'm surprised to see that so many of you are sticking around. That's good. The patience of my viewers is increasing. Don't worry, Nikki, I'm drinking. Started at Shinjuku at 10 o'clock. That's right. It's now 11:30 almost. Battery's down to 50%. I'm currently charging the battery a little bit from my gimbal. I can do that for a while, but not too much, because then the battery in the gimbal will run out before the phone battery. I'll be done in a few minutes. The last time I was in Japan, I was shocked to see round table pizza, being that they're long gone from Hawaii. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever been to that shop. I don't know if people would want to watch my face while I'm eating. I don't want to watch myself when I'm eating, that's for sure. I'm not too tempted to start a mukbang channel. Wow, I'm surprised. We only lost 20 viewers. Great, I'm done. I'll continue my walk now. Faceless mukbang channel. Yeah. If I were to do a mukbang channel, it would definitely be faceless. Let's continue. Thanks for being patient with me. Like I said, I really needed that little energy boost. Now I'm full and happy. Gochisou-sama deshita. Arigatou. Great. So let's head to Konji. Konji. start from that super mini pancake set I posted on Twitter. Ah, that one, eh? The waffle set at Godiva Cafe, which had the tiniest, silliest waffles I've ever seen in my life. That was a good one. So thank you, Nigpos, for the lunch. That was on you. I'm very grateful to you and the handful of other people who have chipped in today. It's very nice. As I keep saying, it's the support that I get from you, my dear viewers. That's what keeps this channel running. So I highly encourage those of you who are watching, even if you're not supporting me financially, at least show some appreciation to those who are, because without them, yeah, I would not be able to go on these long walks during my working hours. Yeah, T recharge to match the battery recharge, exactly. So these are some university campuses. I believe it's Meiji University, Meiji Daigaku. Not sure if there's another one, some other university as well. Oh, that's Takao Heisei Daigaku. Oh, that's a different one. Must be a great place to be a student, Nakano. I would much rather be a student here in Nakano than in like downtown Tokyo, where I passed some university campuses on my previous walk 2 days ago. That was a little bit too urban, but here Nakano is nice. Nakano, there are parks, and there's a Chuo line train. Hey! And here's a little park with plenty of shade and green. However, the playground facilities are quite limited, but it's a nice little neighborhood park. There's even a little, is this a tennis court? Yeah, it is a table court, tennis court. Or there's no net though. Kind of weird. Oh, so we've now entered Suginami-ku. Suginami-ku. We've left Shinjuku-ku. That's right. Hey, but wait, Nakano-ku. Nakano is its own ku, and I believe Nakano-ku is the smallest of all the ku. So the ku are like the different districts of Tokyo. Nakano-ku is very, very small. But actually, I think it's also the most densest populated ku. Oh, is this someone's house? It's a very fancy entrance gate. Looks like a nice old house in there. Ah, sorry, Yari. I get your point. Who knows? There might be another slide. Nipos says the same, yeah. Sorry. No, not in sliding mood right now. Little bakery and bento shop. Thank you, book, for the pit stop for coffee stop. Thank you. Yes, I do actually start to feel the urge for a coffee sometime soon. That's an interesting house. Lots of small, very local restaurants on this street. I should try lunch here sometime. Oh yeah, there is a pedestrian crossing here. Nice. You walk right here. Really, Rockaway Siren. That's interesting. What made you come here? Traffic here on this road. Oh, I can show you. I got a little gift from my daughter this morning, by the way. She put this sticker on my nail. She said I should wear it today. So I said I will. And I will think of you every time I look at it. So now I'm thinking about her. So you also walked from Nakano to Koenji? Rockaway Siren? Thank you, Lucy. Yeah, I know. You were very generous last time we met here in Japan. Really appreciate that. Yes, Yari. Mini TE marked her dad with a sticker. Oh, bicycle shop. Tell Mini that we love the unicorn nail. It looks very nice on you. Thank you. I will let her know. It's nice, eh? I think it suits my personality. A little pink unicorn on my nail. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. You loved Koenji. You went around 3-4 times. Yeah, I can imagine. It feels like Koenji has everything you would want in a Tokyo neighborhood. Vintage shopping, plenty of live venues, kind of punkish vibe. Yeah, it's nice. I will tell my daughter that you liked her sticker. I'm sure she will be very happy. She kind of knows that I have a YouTube channel now. She's big enough to understand that, but she watched some of the videos, but they're not very interesting to her. She was just like, oh, Papa da. Like she recognized my voice. See the light head office. I've been to Koenji in quite a long time, actually. I must say that I'm kind of tempted to end the walk here in Koenji and just go explore a little bit on my own. But we're on a mission. We're on a mission, and I need to kind of keep a steady pace. Otherwise, we will never make it to Takao. Koenji. Yeah, I should at least continue to Asagaya. One more stop, Ganbaranaito. Oh, bye Nikos and Miss Fredas. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. We'll see when the next episode happens. Could be in 1 week. It could be tomorrow. Could be no, probably tomorrow, because I don't think I'll have time to stream this weekend. My wife actually is gonna travel for work, so I will be solo with my daughter, meaning that I won't have much spare time. What Japanese food does Mini E Explorer like the best? She likes udon and soba, katsudon. She says that she likes sushi, but she doesn't like sushi rice. So she just eats the fish. Netta. What else? She likes Swedish meatballs. She likes many different foods. She likes tempura. She likes soborodon. いろいろ食べてる。So here's, of course, I need to show you a little glimpse of the most iconic Shotengai here in Koenji as well. The PAL Shotengai, which extends quite far in this direction. First, now it's covered, and then it continues without cover for a while. It's also a very nice one. Oh, and they actually renovated quite a lot around here. This area didn't used to be this fancy before. And I wonder if these guys are paying royalties to Rockstar Games. That was a pretty blatant theft of the Red Dead Redemption artwork. Let's have a look inside here under the tracks. Wow, this place is really, yeah, this used to be very old, but now it's significantly upgraded. Looks nice. Looks nice, but at the same time feels a little bit sad because the old, at least they kept some of the old, but I'm not sure if this might also be up for renovation later. Wouldn't be surprised if it is, but at least it still looks the same right now. That's good. Signal was a bit weak under the train tracks though. Let's head down here. Yeah, these side streets are also super nice. Subtitles always read Shotengai as shortened guy. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. There are shortened guys in some Tokyo neighborhoods as well. Absolutely. Really need to stay in the shade now. Baby King Kitchen. Cute sign. Lucky Mouse was translated to Lucky Mouse. Yeah. The auto captions can be quite hilarious. Oj då. Hair for children. That's cute. The L and R dilemma. Very difficult. Justin says, I love Japan, don't get me wrong, but I do see that they have a habit of not preserving the old charm that made a lot of places like Tokyo famous. Thankfully they not touch most of Kyoto. Yeah, I think it's a bit complicated. This place is very nice too. It's like a book bar, book cafe. Some places have to be rebuilt because they don't build things to last. So after enough time, I think they are getting so old that they're not safe anymore, and it would probably cost as much to renovate as it would to just knock down and rebuild. Of course, you could argue that they should build things to last from the beginning, which is a valid point. And I think at least these days residential buildings are built to last in a more, like in a better way than before. But yeah, many things were built just after the World War, and back then they just needed to build quickly and cheaply. So that's an interesting shop. Second-hand clothes, I guess. Yeah. So it's a bit complicated. It's cultural. It's in some ways, some cases, quite rational. But I absolutely agree. I think that it's sad to see when old things get knocked down and they build something new, and the new things tend to all look the same and kind of soulless. But I guess that's just the way it is. Yeah, of course. Tokyo was heavily firebombed. There's been countless earthquakes as well. So I'm wondering if I'm straying away too much from the train tracks now. I'm a little bit confused. Not sure where I am. Okay, yeah, I am actually getting a little bit too far away from the train tracks. I should walk down here. On this lovely street with zero shade. Yeah, we should not forget about Godzilla, of course. Godzilla also. Huh. It almost looks like this place could be abandoned, but I don't think it is. %35% battery left. We're closing in on 2 hours. Gimbal is also showing me the yellow battery sign, meaning that it's less than 50% battery in the gimbal. So I think next stop, Asagaya, will probably be where I wrap up for today. rather than wearing myself out too much. I hope I'll be able to continue this adventure tomorrow. Oh, so that place, Hair for Children, that I just passed, I took a photo and sent to my wife, and she said it's actually a hair donation place. So it's you can, like, they collect the hair and they make wigs for children who have lost their hair for whatever reason. That's very nice. So now we're back at the Chuo line tracks, passing a lovely danchi. Oh, I remember, I passed this place on my last walk. They built some kind of fancy, there's a little coffee shop and some other things here. It's nice. But I think I'll save my coffee break until after the stream. Yeah, itadakimasu has a pretty interesting history. Nice. We can walk in the shade all the way to Asagaya. Yeah, I'm not sure if adults are able to donate to those wigs, or if it's more like you take your child there for a haircut and then they collect the hair. I think it would look a bit strange for a child to have the hair of an adult. Or maybe that's not how it works. I don't know. Little crossing here with this vending machine. Whatever coffee you choose, please support local shops instead of chains. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes beyond coffee too. Local, independent is always what I prefer when I can. Oxford coffee person. Yeah, haven't seen him in a very long time. Perfect. We are just about to hit the 2-hour mark, and we are also just about to reach Asagaya station. So I guess we made at least like 6-7 kilometers today. A little bit on the short end. Okay, yeah, about 7 kilometers from Shinjuku to Asagaya, so not too bad. Not too bad. But I need to have a higher average pace than that if I'm gonna finish the whole Chuo line in, well, maybe 5 episodes is too optimistic. Maybe 6 is more realistic actually. Lots of vending machines here selling both food and sweets. Here's even a Moss Burger vending machine. Wow, never seen that before. Yeah, it was pretty poor signal there under the train tracks. Sorry about that. I hope the stream is working again now. First Chuo line we got the review of Moss Burger. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. I had a Moss Burger break somewhere in the far west. Don't remember exactly where, but it was quite far out. I don't think I gave it a glowing review. I still think Moss Burger is kind of poor, to be honest. I prefer Freshness Burger. And I also saw that Lotteria have like rebranded their chain. They're not called Lotteria anymore. I forgot the new name. All those bikes could be confused for Sweden. Yeah. Usually most train stations have adjacent bike parkings. But I'm sure you know that bike parking is usually not free here in Japan. You often have to pay for it. Sometimes it's like free for a few hours, like 3 hours, for example, in many of the Futako Tamagawa bike parkings. It's free for 3 hours, and then it's like 100 yen for each additional X number of hours. It does feel a little bit weird to pay for bike parking, in my opinion, but then again, I mean, space is very limited here, and I guess the landowners who do give up their precious land for bike parkings, they do deserve to get something in return. Oh, this looks a lot like that place between Akihabara and Okachimachi that I like so much. I wonder if this was here last time I came to Asagaya. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it wasn't here when I used to live around here. But yeah. We made it. Asagaya Station. So Shinjuku, Nakano, Koenji, Asagaya. 7 kilometers in 2 hours. 2 hours and 5 minutes since I started the walk. There it is, JR Asagaya Station. It's been good. It's been a good walk. Hope you enjoyed it. I really need to go to the bathroom, so I'm eager to wrap things up. But yeah, I think if the weather permits, I will continue tomorrow. But this will be it for today. There you have it, Asagaya Station, the main building. So thanks a lot for joining me. And I shall see you all soon again. Thanks. Bye bye. Hej då. Auf Wiedersehen und mata ne. Tschüss.